Public relations, the job that I do, has changed remarkably in the last couple of years. It's been changing for a long time because the media's been changing. We've got three speakers who've been right at the thick of that change over the past 20 to 30 years. Will Whitehorn was at the sharp end of that change when he was managing communications and corporate affairs across the Virgin Group. Alistair Campbell, I would imagine, needs no introduction. But firstly, Stephen Waddington, who is my co-MD and co-author of the book Brand Anarchy, that's going to be available in all good booksellers and probably some disreputable ones as well from the 1st of March, is going to tell you a little bit about why we're here this evening. So please welcome Stephen.
If you're going to try and understand the future of a brand's reputation, you must first understand and continue to chart media change. Our view, Speed's view, is that you're never ever going to have complete control over a brand's reputation, but then you never have had. But you just might be able to get more control over your reputation than you've had in the past. We believe that the future of organisational communication and therefore the future of reputational management lies in participation with your markets, with your audiences. Media relations where dressed up statements are thrown over the wall at the crowd no longer works. You need to invest your energy in identifying and listening to your audiences, then plan how you will orchestrate the right conversations for your brand in order to engage and, crucially, participate. It's a return to public relations in its absolute purest form.
We, all of us, can be a stakeholder in anything we want. And we can impact upon an organisation, for good or for bad, on any organisation in the world. And the reason for that is the whole kind of explosion of social networks. It's almost like we can return to a much more old-fashioned, almost like we're in a kind of global electronic sort of virtual village square where people find within these networks their own sort of people, and they talk to each other and they challenge each other and they feed each other information that they're getting from places maybe where they don't feel necessarily in harmony. So you can create your own media landscape. Now that is a scary thought for the communicator, because you're there thinking, right, well, here's what I want to sell, here's how I'm going to try and push it out to the public, but they're out there actually creating their own media landscape, and you've got to fight your way into it. So you can't control them. All you can control is yourself. You can control who you are, what you say, how you say it, and how you put yourself across to people. And that's what I find exciting, is that any organisation now should just be sort of, in a sense, looking right into themselves and working on themselves and worrying less about the world around them.
What you've got to remember at the end of the day is your overall relationship with the general public. If you keep that in mind, you are going to, at the end of the day, come through it, providing you're also honest in your communication, which is the other big thing you've got to be. And this relationship with the public thing has not changed. I think what happened in the post-Marshall McLuhan era is that, and as the rise of television came around, people kind of forgot about it, because they thought actually it's more important to get the media right, because it will shape the agenda for the television. Just as you were talking about agenda shaping in politics, that became true in corporates as well. And they missed a trick there, because actually they are better off thinking all the time about, I'm selling products to the general public, I must communicate with them. And actually social media is a big opportunity to do that. It's an opportunity for agencies like Speed to cease having to play the game with their clients and be media relations agencies and say, actually no, we're really a public relations agency. Our relationship is with the general public.
I think when it comes to a company's reputation, I'd completely subscribe to and agree with the things that were said around you don't own your own reputation. Your reputation belongs to the public, it belongs to your customers. But I think the thing about telling the truth and being transparent is absolutely critical. You can't control it. So what you need to do is, ultimately, if everybody's criticizing the company, then I would suggest don't change your policy about social media, change your company, because you've got people that know how to work for you. That's at the root of the issue. It's not social media's problem. And that's it. All social media is doing is highlighting what is already there.
Media isn't just part of the PR machine, it's got to be integrated across all operational departments. Because the next thing that will happen is that people will start using that Twitter feed to ask for sales advice, to ask for help. customer service. And it's got to be engaged right the way through the organisation. And that's something we're just starting to see happen.
When you're the communicator or the strategist and you're clear in your own mind about what it is that you're trying to say and what you're trying to do, what you're doing is painting a picture over time. The public are much, much more reasonable than the media. And often on a day-to-day basis, they will regurgitate what's kind of going through the media at that time. But over time, they'll get to a different place.